Welcome everyone to today's video. We're the Dimitrov Boulay Piano Duo. My name is Dimitri Dimitrov.
My name is Elvira Boulay.
And in today's video, we're going to talk about finding and playing big chords.
As an example, we've selected a prelude by Debussy, number 10, The Cathedral, and we're going to dive in straight away with our first tip. We're going to go to this section, I'll pop it in the screen for you, which features some pretty complicated and big chords. And our first tip would be to simplify the chords. So instead of playing the section as it's written, which would be all the notes, right? And so on. I think that the first step and the first tip that we would have is to simplify it. All chords have like this skeleton from which they're built. Very often in big chords that would be octaves. So if you play just the outer skeleton, in this case just the octaves, you will get used to, first of all, the position where your hands would be in, and you'd get used to the melody, which is also very important when you learn a piece, that you have the melody very well in your ears. So you play only the octaves, which also suddenly kind of tells your brain like, hey, it's not actually that difficult.
The second tip would be that you take enough time to find the chords. In our experience, most of the people, when they're playing such big chords, they try to play everything on time, and so they go from one chord to the next. When you have this, because it's two beats, 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Instead of trying that, you can also give your brain and your hands the time to actually find the chord. So when you're at the first chord, feel free to scan it in a way, like to go through the notes. I already know that I have the C sharp, the D sharp, the F sharp, and the C sharp, and I'm going to play it. Then I already know the G sharp, C sharp, D sharp, and G sharp, and only then I'm playing the chord. In this way, also with left hand, the same thing. Like I already now, before I'm going to play, I position my fingers on the right keys. I know also consciously that I'm going to play this chord, which has G sharp, A, C sharp, D sharp, and G sharp. So I know in advance that I'm going to play that chord. And I think that's one of the secrets to memorizing and becoming quicker and quicker. The problem is that very often when you take enough time, and enough time often would mean, and it would feel like you're playing way too slow. And I think that's the problem. You feel that you are being too slow and you're not playing the piece properly, but it's actually counterproductive to do that, because you're trying then to catch up time, you're trying to play on time everything, but then you're playing the wrong chords, and so then you have to fix the wrong chords all the time, and then that's a vicious circle. So if you first learn what the octaves are, and then you take enough time to actually consciously know what the notes within these octaves, inside the octaves, what the notes are, so you can form a chord, you will notice that even though it seems that it's very quick, it's very slow, after a very short period of time you will notice that you're playing more and more without mistakes, and you will get naturally quicker.
I actually just thought of a quick little bonus tip. So what I do when I'm for the first time reading some big chords, I actually break them while I'm playing them. So I'm kind of reading them and playing them at the same time. So instead of playing the chord together, I'm actually playing them as an arpeggio. So I do, instead of doing this, I do, because I'm reading them and playing them at the same time. So I'm reading the C sharp, playing it, reading the D sharp, playing it, reading the F sharp, playing it, and reading the C sharp and playing it.
Yeah, it could improve the level of consciousness.
Yeah, it really helps you do them note by note, and it also helps for me not to make it overwhelming, because there's a difference between playing the notes all at the same time, which makes it like one big mass, or actually playing them separately one after each other.
And the third tip is extremely simple. I mean, just take a bar or take two chords and string those together. Like in this case, these bars that we are demonstrating, they have three chords. I mean, the third note is an octave, but you have one chord, second chord, and an octave. So take that one bar, string the three chords together, play them after each other a couple of times so you have a nice and smooth sequence, and then add only one chord of the next bar, or if you're capable and depending on your skills, add the next bar, and then string 2 bars together, so you have 6 chords in total, or just the first chord of the next bar. It doesn't matter. My point is that if you add one by one, a little by little, you will be able in no time to play the whole sequence or the whole page almost without any problems, or even without any problems. Again, the mistake is that almost everyone tries to play them on time, quickly, and as a whole piece, which most often doesn't work.
Well, this was it for this video. If you have any other questions about this topic or any other topic, feel free to ask it down in the comments below. Don't forget that Dimitar has amazing music on Spotify. I'll link it below if you want to take a listen. And that's it. Oh, all right. Don't forget to like and subscribe, even if you don't want to, right?
Even if you don't want to. And we'll see you next week again. That was weird.